So now that we're all warmed up, let's jump in. Jump in and see what we can do with these. Number one. Now, what are the two things we always talk about when we're solving word problems? It's a two-step process that you should follow. The first one is what? You gotta identify the question. You gotta know what they're asking you. This is so important because oftentimes they'll put information in a problem that you don't even need to solve the problem. Also, they have multiple choice questions. So as you're going through the multiple choice questions, some of the answers on your multiple choice questions are going to be some of the steps that you pass through on your way to figuring out the answer. So you may get halfway there, and halfway there, one of those answers is going to be listed as a multiple choice question. Okay? You got to identify the question so you don't get caught there. Then number two is state your path. Or another way of saying that is with all the information that they've given me, how do I now find the answer? So, number one, Connie makes a $1,235 down payment against a $21,275 car. If her husband, Tom, makes a down payment at the same rate, okay, on a car that costs $29,350, how much would Tom's down payment be? Any thoughts?
I tried multiplying 1,235 to 29,350, and then I divided that by 21,275.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Is that right?
Yep. But there's one step before that.
I was going to say subtract.
There's one step before that. It's kind of hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Somebody had this thing on 82. Cool it off a little bit. So what you said, Angela, was exactly right. Okay, but let's set it up. So just in case everybody didn't get what she did was she took her 1,235, which is the down payment, and she put that as a ratio to the actual cost of the car, $21,275. Then she set that up as a proportion equal to her husband's down payment, which we don't know, to the cost of his car, which we do know, and that was $29,350. Okay? So then what she did was step one, which is to multiply the cross products, 29,350 times 1,235, and then she divided that by the leftover value, which was 21,275, and what did you get?
I got 1,700, and I think I had to round up.
Okay, so you got 1,700 and what?
3.75.
Yep. So you got 74 point something, and you round up to 0.75. Okay. So Connie makes a down payment, and her husband makes a down payment at the same rate or the same percentage. And so what we can do is we can set up a proportion. We can say down payment to total cost. Down payment to total cost. And that was another thing that we needed to remind ourselves about with proportions, is that they have to match up. So it had to be down payment to total cost is equal to down payment to total cost. If you flip those, you get the wrong answer, right? So you got to make sure your down payment lines up with your down payment, your total cost lines up with your total cost, giving us the right answer, in this case, answer C. Any questions there? Pretty straightforward. So we identified the question, was we wanted to find out how much Tom's down payment would be. And then we say, given the information that we've been given, how can we get to the answer? So we took our steps and set up our proportion. Number 2.